Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler and meteorologist Melissa Meter in the 1011 Now Weather Center. If you didn't already know, it's St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day. I've got as much green on as I possibly can since I was standing in front of a green screen. So
you had some issues, though, this morning. You did kind of have half a head for a while.
I had half of a head. I also, my earrings became whatever color the background was. There were some letters in there. But it was all fun and games. It was pretty fun.
And she's wearing the gold dress because you're a pot of gold.
I'm a pot of gold. That's what I told Bill a couple minutes ago, but I didn't tell you guys that on the morning show. So if you watched, that's where I was going because I would have been a floating head. So this is how I'm channeling my inner...
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And it sounds like Melissa told me earlier today, kind of growing up, you guys really celebrated St. Patrick's Day. You are, I think, a majority Irish, is what you told me?
Yes, maybe surprising for some people, was also surprising for me. But we did the Ancestry.com, me and my family, and both of my parents have a little bit of Irish. So I am like 3 main big things, and that would be Irish, Mexican, and Italian.
There you go.
So that, if anybody had any questions about my nationality, which I'm sure I have gotten before, there you have it.
There you go. All right, well, we are celebrating the St. Patrick's Day with the possibility of snow squalls across the state this afternoon.
Yes.
And some more kind of chilly, below-average weather.
Yes.
Not like a super, like...
Yay, St. Patrick's Day, but we'll get through it.
Yes, we will. Together, we will prevail. So here's a look at sky views from across the state. The good news is, at least, we've made marked improvement from what all these looked like yesterday, when there was a lot of snow, a lot of clouds, a lot of wind, really just gray, crappy conditions outside. I mean, it's still chilly out there, but at least, you know, there's blue skies to go with the chilly temperatures.
At this time, because there's going to be cloud cover coming in later. So soak up the sun while you have it now.
That's true. So if we pull up, again, right now in Lincoln, again, just a few clouds here and there. 33 at the airport, 30 in Midtown Lincoln. Winds aren't bad yet. They are expected to pick up this afternoon. You factor that in. Wind chill is 25 degrees right now. A little bit more sunshine in areas like Hastings and Kearney. Right now, again, that's a look at Burlington Avenue and Hastings, 33 at the Hastings Airport. Feels like 21, a little bit more of a northwest breeze there in O'Neill. Again, they had some decent snow yesterday, 29 right now. Feels like 17 with that northwest breeze. Temperatures across the states, again, Melissa, these are kind of the numbers we had this time yesterday, or yesterday afternoon, mid-20s to mid-30s. Not exactly typical for mid to late March, colder than normal.
Our average high for this time of year is supposed to be 54 degrees.
And we are going to be far from that.
Far below that. And our low temperatures are around 27 degrees. So.
And we'll be very well far from that tomorrow morning and on Sunday morning. So a chilly Friday morning across the state. Again, winds for Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska, not bad now, but they're going to pick up this afternoon. Not going to be as windy as it was yesterday, but it's going to be windy enough.
Yes, 15, 25 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 30. So breezy, but not quite like what we had yesterday at all.
Yeah, so you can see, look at the wind gust map again just a few minutes after 10. Those winds top end right now about 30 miles an hour, and mainly in central Nebraska. Nothing really across the eastern third of the state, but again, those winds will pick up. You factor in the wind, and wind chills are mid-teens to mid-20s across the state. So again, chilly and breezy. That's kind of the story. So here's a look at the satellite radar picture. Again, right now, just kind of some clouds, mainly in northeastern Nebraska. The radar is showing some of those isolated kind of snow showers, those snow squalls, which we'll talk to you about here in just a second. But we think that activity this afternoon could increase, Melissa.
Yes, mainly between mid-morning to maybe late afternoon, early evening. So if you are heading out for St. Patrick's Day festivities in the evening hours, I think it'll probably be clear, maybe a few light flurries hanging around after that. But generally going to see it through midday-ish, kind of.
And those snow squalls, which we'll talk about here in just a second, they can be intense. They could drop maybe a few tenths of an inch of snow pretty quickly across the area. So again, these are going to be, if we do see them, they're going to be isolated to very widely scattered. This isn't going to be a widespread thing. But again, if you do see one, it could ruin your day for at least for a hot minute or two.
Yes.
If we run you through Skycast, again, this is the rapid refresh model. Again, I think doing a pretty good job showing real world conditions. You can see into the afternoon, clouds kind of thicken up, and then it's got some of these isolated rain and snow showers, because temperatures will be above freezing this afternoon, that kind of pass through first north central, northeastern Nebraska, and then into south central, southeastern Nebraska. And as these move through, again, we could see some quick, intense bursts of snow that reduce visibility. And that's basically what a snow squall is. And we actually have snow squall warnings now, Melissa, so you may see us pass some of those along from the National Weather Service.
Yes. And it all depends, too, on, how long they're going to occur, their duration, how quickly they occur. There were a few areas of snow squalls this morning in portions of the state, I think in the Northeast, was it?
There's I think verdigris up near in Knox County, I think.
Yes. So I'm going to kind of continue to see if you do get stuck under one of these. Could be very slick roadways, slippery conditions, low visibility, especially with the breezy conditions today, too. Even when you're driving with breezy conditions, it's not all that fun. So especially create some blowing snow in areas that still have snow on the ground as well.
Yeah, and so these snow squall warnings are actually a fairly new product.
Yes.
The Weather Service has started issue this maybe 2 years ago. Now they finally started issuing these. And again, at least on our weather graphics, you'll see them as little pink boxes on the radar. Again, they're similar to a severe thunderstorm warning, kind of in size and shape. It's a county or two area wide most of the time. And again, it's usually only in effect for 30 or 60 minutes, kind of that time frame, because they move through so quick. But again, things can go white out real quick, real fast with these snow squalls. So again, it's kind of a lower end threat today, but the possibility is there today. So we wanted everyone to be aware.
Yes.
So moving on, as far as future wind gusts, again, like we've said, winds are going to continue to pick up as we head into the afternoon. This is our in-house model, and again, by 4 o'clock, it's got those winds gusting 25, 35 miles an hour, so not up to 50 like we had yesterday, but still enough that it's going to make it feel that much colder. It should die down a little bit towards late tonight, but unfortunately, the wind will probably stick with us to start the weekend on Saturday as well.
With even colder conditions.
With even colder conditions. And we'll talk about some potential wind chills here in just a second. So we don't want lows tonight. We want highs today. There we go. Highs today, again, below normal, upper 20s to upper 30s, generally speaking, from north to south. Melissa, you mentioned it. Our normal high is 54. We're 15 degrees short of that today. So most areas 10 to 20 degrees below normal today for high temperatures. And again, it's going to feel colder than this afternoon.
Yes, those breezy conditions are going to come to bite us.
So teens and 20s, likely what we see for wind chills Friday afternoon. Low temperatures tomorrow morning as we start the weekend, single digits and teens, but actual feels like temperatures by Saturday morning could be as cold as maybe 5 to 10 below in northeastern Nebraska.
It's going to be a cold morning. It's really going to be a cold night as well, so keep shouting out my St. Patrick's Day, people. If you're but if you spend the whole night out,
you might end up feeling pretty warm from some of the adult beverages.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you to bring a coat.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to tell you to do.
There you go.
Bundle up, stay warm.
It's going to be a 3-dog night. All the dogs in the bed tonight. And then temperatures tomorrow aren't a whole lot better. Reinforcing shot of cold air kind of arrives. So we'll look for highs tomorrow in the low 20s to low 30s. And again, a little bit of a breeze. It's going to feel even colder than that. Low temperatures, feels like temperatures Saturday afternoon, single digits and teens. So again, if you're recuperating from St. Patrick's Day, do so inside with a blanket, maybe the space heater. Sunday morning lows, again, single digits, lower teens. Not as much wind, though, on Sunday.
No, luckily not.
So we're just dealing with the cold temperatures, and by the afternoon, we do begin to rebound. Mid-40s in the east, kind of to the low 50s in the west. Those are warmer numbers, but they're not back to where we should be, which likely doesn't happen until...
Till Monday.
Yeah, till Monday, which mid-50s and then low 60s by the middle and end of the week next week. Again, you see a lot of breezes on there. A lot of wind, again, spring, that's what we deal with. And then another kind of round of chances for moisture towards the middle of the week next week. But hopefully this time just rain with those temperatures in the 50s and 60s. And lows above average, or not above average, but above freezing. Well, above average and above freezing.
Yes.
Through next week as well.
I mean, if you think about it, if you look at those low temperatures for like Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, that is warmer than what we are going to be
today
and tomorrow. So it's going to be very cold the next 2 days. Well, today and tomorrow. So make sure you're bundling up if you've got any outdoor plans or anything like that. And then for our first week of astronomical spring, it's starting off pretty well.
It does. It starts 4/24 Monday afternoon. So our first day is, I think, should be fairly spring-like. The forecast has kind of trended a little warmer for Monday over the past couple days, which is nice. And then Tuesday being the first full day of astronomical spring also looks nice. Mid-50s again, maybe a bit breezy, small chance for rain, but I'll take that over what we had yesterday, what we have today, and what we're going to have over the next couple days. So that's kind of your light at the end of the cold tunnel.
I literally jumped for joy. I did a little squeal when I was back in the weather center this morning making my forecast at like 2:30 in the morning. I said, finally. I'm so excited.
Some warmer temperatures. You know, I looked it up with Ken yesterday when we were doing our stream. Our average last snow in Lincoln, last measurable snow in Lincoln, is March 27th. So that would be, 4 days past, the end of the 7 days. So we're getting to that time of year, that we're going to start potentially being done with the snow. Potentially.
I think I might be happy about that.
We still average technically 1 inch of snow in April. But if you go through our measurable snow days, let's see if I can pull it up really quick. Because we've had like 2,500 days with measurable snow in Lincoln. How many of them have been past March 17th? That's what we're trying to figure out.
I'll just be happy to flip the switch on our cold, cold, cold with a warm snap and make it warm, warm, warm just with a cold snap.
That's true.
So I could suffer through, a little bit of snow with a cold snap.
So 2,439 days with, it's actually probably 2,440, including yesterday now. But only 266 days have had measurable snow on March 17th or later. So that's just 10%.
Odds are too high.
That's too high. So, but if we go any one day, so today's March 17th, so March 19th, there's been 20 occurrences of measurable snow, and that's the highest for the rest of the snow year. Because you get into April, and there's all 30 April days, it's only happened, single-digit amount of times. And then you only go through May 5th. May 5th is the latest it's ever had measurable snow. So that's 30, 35, plus 14, so 49 days left of the measurable snow season, we'll say.
Hear that? Hear that, guys? If you're kind of sick of it, we're nearing the end.
We're nearing the end. That is right. Okay, all right. Anything else to add before we let everyone go?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone has a good St. Patrick's Day, stays warm.
Yes.
Celebrates responsibly with corned beef and cabbage, and that's it. And maybe a Guinness or two, I don't know. Just make sure you do so responsibly. And like Melissa said, make sure you have a coat with you as well, because it will be a chilly day out there today, and a chilly night tonight. And we want everyone to be safe.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, appreciate everyone watching. Again, now, as always, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Hope everyone has a good Friday, and we'll talk to you next time.